Welcome to a new market update in which we're going to discuss the price action of Bitcoin and also Ethereum. But before we're going to continue, do not forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel and also do not forget to like this YouTube update if you enjoy the content. And finally, do not forget to check out my Twitter and Instagram page where I'm posting daily market updates on the cryptocurrency markets. The first update today will be about Bitcoin and Ethereum, as we are seeing that we have hit support once again, and Bitcoin has been bouncing up a little bit. However, overall the trend is still downward, so we're looking at the price action of Bitcoin and Ethereum in a way that we're looking at the higher time frames and lower time frames to seek for confirmation. Also, we're going to do a request later today. 5 coins will be charted. The requests have been done yesterday on Twitter and YouTube, and those will be posted at a later point in time today. So when we're looking at Bitcoin at the higher time frames, we can see that the trend is still downwards, right? We have been covering this topic yesterday. We have been claiming that the trend is actually downwards, but many similarities with the price action that we have been seeing in the summer and the price action that we have been seeing in September. From that perspective, we can find some very important levels to watch, which we also have been discussing, which is this entire region around 46k. And once that is lost, we're going to look at 41k next for an important level of support, as we've got this entire wick here that could be giving us another bounce for support. When we're looking at the lower time frames, we can see that we've had a bounce earlier yesterday around this region. And I've also stated that if I want to see some bullish price action, I'd clearly want to see 49.4 break in order to become bullish once again, as we have been discussing the trend topics in which the downward trend was broken earlier in December, in which we trended upwards. However, this breakout failed as we rejected at the range high and the price action started to fall south, in which we do see a rejection at 49.4, through which that becomes an important level to watch. And we do see that we've also been rejecting at 48k, which resulted into a downwards fall towards the support at 45.5. So when we're looking at the price action right now, it's giving us a beautiful bounce back up in which we are seeing some upwards volatility, or at least some upwards movement since the test of 46k. So that is an important level of support. And the levels that we have to break is, the first one is 48, and then second is 49.4. Until then, I'm not really that bullish, although if you want to build your swing trade positions, I think we're still in the area that you want to seek those entries. If I want to become bullish with the price action right now, I clearly want to see a break at above 49.4, which currently isn't the case. So what are we going to look at for a price action to be happening? Well, I would not be surprised to get a test of 49.4, come back down in the beginning of the new year or in the coming days, in which we retest the lows again, take the liquidity beneath the levels that we have at 45.8 to 46k, and from that perspective, we might be getting a liquidity. We can get, or we take the liquidity beneath the lows. We can also get a higher volume wick here, and that is enough to actually reverse the markets, in which we can create a bullish divergence on higher time frames too. When we see in the lower time frames, we can see that we've got a small bullish divergence already, which is giving us this bounce. But as I stated, the levels are still important to watch, which is that we have to break to 48, and we also have to break through 49.4 before we can actually start attacking the range high. Overall, in the entire month of December, Bitcoin has been staying sideways. It's been acting inside this range right now, which has been downtrending since the peak high at 69k. And in that case, you can easily buy support, or you can look at the lower ranges of this range and start buying your positions there. Especially if you want to look for swing trade opportunities, this is pretty much the period that you're looking at. While we're diving into Ethereum at this stage, we can actually argument the exact same at this point. When we're looking at higher time frames, We are getting into a very important level of support and we are getting a beautiful bounce from that region. However, we can also conclude that we are making lower highs, lower lows. So the trend is downward since the peak high at the beginning of November, and we are seeing clear rejections of previous supports becoming resistance, in which we can see this happening at this peak high at 4.4k, which was a crucial breaker for me to break through, and we can see the exact same with this rejection at 4.1, in which we've had a downwards move. So those support levels were constructed here, and I'm going to remove them for a little bit to show what the price action has to do if I want to become bullish. Overall, if we zoom out, the level that we are hitting here around 3.5k is an ultra important level that I've been watching and is a higher time frame level that you should be aware of. Now, when we want to become bullish, we first have to break through 3.8k, and then second, we've got to break to the level around 3.9. There's an important level of support, which we have been testing multiple times here before we broke south. And in the recent price action, we can also see that it has to break through those zones in order to be able to break through 4.1 and most likely get ourselves a test at 4.5. So when we're looking at the price action, the conclusion is quite simple. Ethereum and Bitcoin are both on higher time frame support levels and therefore interesting in terms of price action to buy your swing trade positions, right? We can also see that we're testing these levels here on Ethereum, which we also have been doing in the previous price action, just having a very normal and natural retest of an important level that did not get any test at all. If Ethereum is going to lose this level, the next level for support will be 2.9k. But right now, I think we're getting quite close to a bottom of Ethereum and actually getting quite close to a new impulse move on the markets. So that's the update for this afternoon. Later today, I'll be back with the requests. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and I'll see you again soon.